Yesterday we started the chapter 11 that talked about three-dimensional shapes, and we talked about how can we find the surface area of the prism and cylinders. We said that the prism and the cylinder, they have in common, the things that they have in common, that they have two parallel faces with sides or lateral sides or lateral faces, that's connecting between these two bases. These two bases are parallel to each other. If the bases is polygon, are polygon, we call them a prism. And if the bases are a circle, we call them cylinders. We learn how can we find the surface area of the prism, and today now we will learn how can we find the surface area of the cylinder. Both of them, the surface area for them is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. So here we said that the lateral area is the area of the lateral faces, and the base, it's mean the area of the bases. And both of the area of the bases or the lateral area depends on the shape of the face. And we said that the surface area for any prism is the lateral area, as we said, plus 2 times the base. So if you want to find the area of the surface area, you need to find the lateral area first and then add it to the area of the base times 2. To find the area of the base, it depends on the shape, the area of the square, of the rectangle, pentagon, and so on. These are for the shapes, or triangle, hexagon, octagonal, and so on. This is how to find the area of the base. The lateral area is the perimeter times the height. This is the height. We said yesterday that the height is a line or is a segment that's perpendicular on the bases or connecting between the two parallel bases. The height is the length of this altitude. Now, height, we say how we can find it. Now, for the perimeter, it's mean that I need to find the perimeter of this shape. Now, I'm sorry. The perimeter here, to find it, I need to find the summation of the length, you can say. And if the shape is regular, you just multiply and times the length of the side. And the height, it's known. When it's known, we can find the area or the lateral area plus the two bases. We will find the surface area of the shape. This is for the prism, and this will be also for the cylinder. But the cylinder, since the shape is different, I can change the surface area. Now, let's do now this example here. In this one here, what is the lateral? And we will find also the surface area of the prism at the right. Look at this shape here. This shape is a hexagonal prism. Why we name it with a hexagonal? Because its base is hexagon. So this is the base here. If we have two hexagonal shapes, this is the first base, and there's another base that is here. They are perpendicular to each other. We have to find the surface area. The surface area, we said that it is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Let's find the lateral area. Now, as you remember now, the lateral area is equal to the perimeter times h. And the area of the base here. Now look at the base here. It is what? It is hexagon. What is the area of a hexagon?
It's half
AP.
If
it was regular.
A times the perimeter. And what about that's it, okay. So the lateral area here is the perimeter times the height, and the area of the base is half the apothem times the perimeter. Now, let's find the lateral.
Since it's a regular shape, so we'll make 6 times the 6 sides.
And the first step, the lateral area is the perimeter times h. So we need to find the perimeter. Now look at this shape here. It is a hexagon, and it is a regular hexagon. So the perimeter is n times s. N is the number of the side, and s is the length of each side, times the height. I told you that the height is the length of the altitude that's connect between these two bases. So it will be 12. So for it is hexagon, so we have 6 sides times the length of each side. Look here. It's given. I need now to talk about the perimeter. Here, it is 6. So it is 36 times 12. So the lateral area here, it will be 432 meter squared. This is the lateral area for this shape. Now, the second step, we have to find the area of the base. Also go back to look at the base. The base here is a hexagon. And we said that if you want to find the area of the base, we have to say half the apothem times P. Half. Perimeter, we found it before, which is 36. Here. This is the perimeter. We found it before. It is 36. Now I need to find the apothem. Now, as we remembered, this is a hexagon shape.
We'll make 360 over 6.
This is the apothem.
6 over 10.
This is the apothem. Okay, remember now. This apothem here, apothem is different than the altitude. Altitude, it is a height, the length of the height connect between two bases. The apothem is a line segment perpendicular on any side in a hexagon.
The apothem here, it's 3 square root of 3, right?
Sorry?
3 square root of 3.
Let's see. This is the apothem now. Here now it's 6. So if it is like the bisector, it cuts them to 2 equal sides. Then we connect them to make a triangle, and we need to find the angle here, the central angle. We said that since we have 360 divided by 6 sides, so here we have 60. So this angle is 30, half of them. So in my triangle here, we have 30, we have 3, and we need to find the apothem. Here, I have opposite over adjacent. So what I have to use?
You have to use tan.
Tan, thank you. Tan 30 is equal to 3 over adjacent A. So A, it will be 3 tan 30. Now 3. The tan 30, it is sine 30 over tan.
It's 1 over square root 3.
Is it 3 over tan 30?
Yeah, it's not multiplied by it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. I will correct it now. Wait. It's square root of 3 over 2. Ah, yes. So A here, it will be 3 over tan 3. Then it's a 3 over. Now tan 3, we said it's square root of 3 over 2. صح. 1 over 2. Is it square root of 3 or 1 over square root of 3, Susan?
I remember it's 1 over square root of 3. I remember it as that.
Half over, wait, it is half over square root of 3 over 2. 1 over square root of 3, yes. So it will be 3 square root of 3. This will be now the apotheme of this hexagon. After we found the apotheme now, we put them here. So half the apotheme times the perimeter, 18 times 3, I think 54. So it will be 50. It will be 54 square root of 3. This will be now the area of the base in meter squared. So now we found the lateral area, we found the area of the base. Now we need to find the surface area. Now the surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. We say that the lateral area is 432 plus 2 times the area of the base, which is 54 square root of 3. 180 square root of 3 plus 432 . Let's first we say 100 over square root of 3 times 108 plus 432. So the area it will be 619.06. Now what is the unit of the surface area?
It's meter squared.
Be meter squared, thank you. Here, it is surface area, so it will be in meter squared. Or since we add meter squared plus meter squared, so the surface area will be meter squared. So this is now the surface area of the hexagonal prism. Now look at it and tell me if you have any question. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Maya, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Sarah. Sarah,
Yes, teacher.
is it clear?
Yeah.
Lama. Lama.
Teacher, I think your mic is not working.
Because actually in grade 11, when I talked and asked the girl, okay, Lama, thank you. If she didn't answer me, I will remove her from the meeting. Okay, now let's talk about the cylinder. A cylinder is a solid that has two congruent parallel bases, but these parallel bases are circles. As you see from here, an altitude of a cylinder, it must be perpendicular to the to the planes or to the planes of bases or to the bases. Now, the height of a cylinder is the length of this altitude. As you see now, this is a cylinder. For the cylinder, we have a circle, and we have another circle down, and there's a this is a cylinder. So this one here, it will be the first base, and here there's another base. So this cylinder, it has two parallel bases. These parallel bases are circles. So as we said before, the surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. This is for the surface area for the cylinder and for the prism. But here, as you see, the shape of the base is fixed. It cannot be sometimes rectangle, pentagon. It's always a circle. So what does it mean? That means it can help me to write 2 times the area of the base, and instead to write B, I can write it as the area of a circle. The area of a circle is 2 by r squared. So I cannot write it. Oh, I can write it, sorry, instead of B as 2 by r squared. Now, let's learn now how can we find the lateral area. The prism, we said it is the perimeter of the base times the height. Here, did we have the same for the cylinder? Let's see. Now, to find the area of the curved surface of a cylinder, like imagine that you have a cylinder and you unroll, as you see here we have the cylinder. If you unroll this side, if you open it, it comes like a rectangle. So the area of the resulting rectangle is the lateral area of the cylinder. So how can we find the lateral area? As we did in the prism. The lateral area in the prism, we said it is the perimeter times the height. So what is the perimeter of a circle? It is 2
The circumference.
r. Yes, or it will be the circumference of a circle. So it will be 2 by r times the height. Sorry, the area of the base, it was by r squared, not 2 by r squared. I said wrongly. It was by r squared without 2. So the perimeter here is 2 by r, which is the circumference of a circle, times the height. And we said that the height, which is connecting between the two bases, or the two plane of bases of the cylinder. So this is how can we find the lateral area. It is the perimeter times h. And the perimeter, we know that the perimeter or the circumference of a circle is 2 by r times the height, so the surface area. It will be the lateral area, which is 2 by r, the perimeter, times the height, plus 2, the area, plus 2 by r squared. So for the cylinder, it's so easy. If I need to find the surface area, I just need r, the radius of the circle, and the height of it. If I have r and h, I can find the surface area of the cylinder. So the lateral area of a right cylinder is the product of the circumference of the base and the height of the cylinder, which is 2 by RH. The surface area of a right cylinder is the sum of the lateral area plus the areas of the two bases. So it comes like 2 by RH plus 2 by r squared. This is how can we find the area of the cylinder. Let's have this problem here. Finding the surface area of the cylinder. The radius of the base of a cylinder is 4 inches and its height is 6. So here we have a cylinder. Yeah, the height is 6 and the radius of the cylinder, of the base of the circle here, the area, the radius of the base is 4. I need now to find the surface area. The surface area is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. The lateral area is the perimeter times h, and the circumference times h. So it is 2 by r h plus 2 times the area of the base, which is the area of the circle, by r squared. I have r and I have h, just only I have to substitute. So it is 2 by, what is the radius here? It is 4 times, what is the height? It is 6 plus 2 by the radius, which is 4 squared. Now 4 times 6 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48 pi. Plus r, we said it is 4. So 16 times 2, 32 pi. Then after you add them, 7, 8, 80 pi inch squared. So this will be now the surface area of the cylinder. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
So the correct answer here is C. Now, a cylinder has a height of 9 and radius of 10. We have the same. We have to do the same steps but with different numbers here. Here now, the height is 6 centimeters. This is for
Teacher, it is 9.
Yeah.
9 and then no radius is 10.
so. This is for it, and this radius here, it was 10 centimeters. So here is 9 and the radius is 10. Let's find now the surface area. So it was 2 by, now what is the radius? It is
It's
10.
9. Oh yeah, it's
10.
10.
And the height is 9
It's 9.
plus 2 by, the radius here
9
is 10.
and 10 squared.
So 100.
So 102, it's 200 by, plus 90 times 2 is 180 pi, and the answer is 380 pi. This is for the area, the surface area, sorry, of the cylinder. Now, by the way, later on, we will use the surface area to find the volume for some shapes, and also we can, I mean that you have the formulas for the surface area, and we have another formulas for the volume. So you have to study one lesson by lesson. By the way, do you have any question for this cylinder here?
No.
No, no, teacher.
No. Look at these shapes, which I love them. Here now, like in the final, I will bring a direct questions for you like the previous one, but I like to bring this type of shapes, and I will ask you to find its surface area and its volume. Now look at this shape here. What is the surface area of each solid in terms of pi? We need to find the surface area of this shape. Who can tell me how?
We have the radius, so we can use it to find the area of a circle first.
Which circle? Half
The
of
one
it.
with the radius of 7 centimeters.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what?
We can break the shape into 2 parts. The first part it's going to be a prism, and the second one is going to be half a cylinder.
And look here. Yeah, wait, please. I don't know how can I draw. So I mean, it comes like prism, half a cylinder and half a cylinder. Up here.
Yeah,
Up here we have half a cylinder. And here we have half of a cylinder. And there's a prism between them. Is it right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So I need to find the surface area of the prism plus the surface area of the first cylinder or half of the cylinder plus the surface area of half of the cylinder. Let's start now with the prism. So for the prism here, what did we have?
The length of one side is 8,
Yeah,
and the length of the other is 7, and the height is 4.
is 4. So the prism here, I need to find the surface area. It is the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. The lateral area here, it is the perimeter times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. The perimeter here, it was 8 plus. Okay, I need now to look at the base down. It was 8 plus 4 times
Plus 4 or plus 7?
sorry, plus 7, thank you. It is down now. So it is 8 plus 7 times 2. Or you can say 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7. Here, this is 7. So you can say for the rectangle down here is 8, 7, 8, 7. So you can say 2 times 8 plus 7 or 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7 times the height. The height here is 4.
What about 4?
Sorry?
You will not add 4.
You will not add what?
We will not add 4 with the 8 and 7.
Sorry, Rose, we will not add what?
We will not going to add also the 4. 7 plus 8 plus 4.
No, look at the base here. This is the base. Down. So here is 8 and here is 7. This 4 is the height of the shape.
Like
Is that-
always in the perimeter, we will add just the base.
Sorry?
So in the perimeter, we will add only the base.
Yes. Parameter, this is the parameter of the base. The base here is rectangle. So I will now find the parameter of it. Then plus 2 times the area of the base. Now what is the base here? It is a rectangle and its area is 7 times 8. So here we have 56 times 2 plus, it was 112 plus 8 plus 7, 15 times 2, 30 plus 4 is 120. So it will be 232 centimeter squared. So now I found the surface area of the prism.
Teacher?
Yes, Rose.
The height here is 4, right? Not 7.
Yes, it's 4.
So it's 7 times 4 because it's base times height.
You are talking about the area of the base?
Yeah, it's 8 multiplied by 4. The base times the height.
No, here this is the base, Rose. This is down here. I draw it.
7.
That's the height, the width, and the length.
Oh yeah, I thought it's 4.
So its base is 7 times 8. Now, let's look at, now after we finish from the prism now, we have here half a cylinder. Now, for this half of the cylinder here, we said that we need to find the now look at the cylinder here. Here now, as you see, it is a cylinder, and this cylinder is combined with the prism. So for this one here, I need only to find the area of the base, which is half the area of the base, or half of the area of the circle, and half of the area of this circle also. And also here, this base is what is common between the prism and this this lateral surface. I mean that, you know, I don't know if can you imagine with me, but here you have a cylinder, or half of the cylinder, and this half of the cylinder, it's some of its base is combined with the prism